Everybody, welcome back to Smith's Customs. You got Jacob here. Alright, on the last video we went ahead, got our valves in, got our springs and everything in these things. I already went ahead and cleaned up the surface of this one head. I cleaned up the surface of the jugs and everything. I'm going to go ahead and do this one so you can kind of see what I do. I have a just an air die grinder with an attachment in here with a 3M Scotch-Brite wheel. You got to do this really light. If you do it too much, you're going to take off too much surface of these things. You don't want to take off too much of the surface material, but I want to go ahead and clean them up. So I just kind of run over them real quick. I'll show you before and after. You can kind of see what we got going on right there. We're going to go ahead and clean this one up real quick. All cleaned up. Now before I put them in, I'm going to wipe them down with brake clean. As you can see the difference. Now that's just using a Scotch-Brite pad, 3M roll-lock pad. You don't want to use anything more abrasive, no sandpaper or anything like that. It will take way too much off. And you just have to do it gently, evenly, and you just got to go quick. You don't want to hang around too much in one spot. Let me grab my brake clean, we'll wipe everything down, we'll work on setting these heads in place. Alright, so we got our can of brake clean here. All I'm going to do, take a little bit of it, I'm going to spray it right on this rag. Not a lot, just a little bit. Get that rag wet. We're just going to wipe down the gasket surface just to get any kind of oily or foreign material or anything off these. These have already been cleaned, wiped out, cleaned, wiped out. They're really clean. Alright, with those being done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to travel on over to this bike right here. Go ahead and get a good view of the bike. Drop this down some. I got to get the camera crew to cooperate here. Zoom in. Maybe not quite that far. Alright, there we go. These are our cylinders, well actually our jugs and our pistons currently. I got the same rag with the brake clean. We're going to go ahead and wipe down the top of these. As I've already cleaned these. I didn't want to do a video of cleaning 4 parts the same exact way using the same process. So I already went ahead and cleaned these up. I need to get a little more brake clean. Now, with this bike sitting for over 20 years, before I do anything, once I get these wiped down, I'm going to wipe the cylinders out with brake clean also. And I'm just going to put a nice fresh film of oil on the cylinder wall. So that way the first time this thing goes to crank over, if it does, which it should, hopefully. When it goes to crank over, it's just got some nice fresh oil in there. That way, it's not all dry and nasty. Which these cylinders have been oiled anyway the whole time it's been sitting, so. And they still look fantastic. So it has brand new pistons and everything in it. There we go, we got that one wiped down. We'll wipe the other one down. Make sure I got all the nasties out of there. Alright. We're going to take a little bit of fresh oil. Let me grab my oil can. We're going to run a little fresh oil in them things. Just so that way when she fires up or she goes to crank over for the first time, we got some fresh oil in the cylinders. But when I go to, once I get this assembled, I'm not going to be trying to start this right off the bat. I'll leave the plugs out. And I'm going to give this quite a few cranks with the plugs out to get the oil pump primed up, get some oil in the system. I don't want to just go trying to fire this thing instantly first try because, well, it hasn't had oil in its system in a very long time, so we want to make it a slow process. Because I don't need to be causing any other issues with the bottom end or anything once we get to that point. Now we have those in place. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sit our head gaskets down on here. Make sure our head gaskets are lined up, going in the right spots. Actually, I think I'm going to blow these head gaskets out. They look a little dusty. Like I said, I'm just making sure there's no contaminations anywhere. No chances of leaks or anything like that. Yeah, that one's nice and clean. Now we got the dust knocked off them. These are brand new gaskets, like 20 years ago, so. There's that one in place. We got that head gasket in place. Oh, wait, nope, that's improper spot. Okay. There it is. Them will only go on one way. You gotta make sure you have them the right way so the bolt orientations all line up properly. Alright. Now we're ready for cylinder heads. This one right here is our rear cylinder head. And slide that guy right in there. And that went right in place. Oh boy. We're gonna have to put the rocker boxes on this first. Alright, we're gonna have to back up a step. We're not quite ready to put the heads on yet. We gotta get these rocker boxes on here first. I wasn't even thinking about that. Because if I put the cylinder head on without the rocker boxes, well, we won't have clearance for the rocker boxes. Let me pause this real quick. We're gonna go ahead and get the rocker boxes together and we'll go ahead and stick those on too. Alright, hold tight. Stay tuned, plenty more to come. Alright guys, well, so we got the rocker boxes cleaned up, and I want to show you a little trick. What I do, with this one been sitting for so long, as you can see the little bit of oil inside there, kind of. You can see how it's a little bit damp. You can see the shine off from it. What I did is I poured oil in this inlet. This is the feed between the two ports, between the rocker boxes. I've plugged off one, and I blew air in it a little bit in the other port, and it puts them down the rocker shafts himself so I can get some lube into those. I did it on both the rocker boxes. That way there's a little bit of oil in there before we start cranking on this thing. Now, I was going to put these rocker boxes together tonight and put the heads on, but I noticed one thing that's going to keep us from doing that tonight. On this cylinder head here, one of our rocker box studs, the hole, the threads are gone in it. There's no threads left to put a stud in. So, we're going to have to go ahead, get a helicoil. I'm going to have to tap this all out, get a helicoil in there, and repair those threads before we go any further. Because I'm not putting this together missing a bolt. It's not happening. Not if I can have it apart right now, and it's so easy to fix. So, I guess we're going to call it on this video. I'm going to go to work tomorrow, see if I can get the stud. Well, I already have the stud. I need to get the helicoil and the tap and everything to set the helicoil in there, the proper tap and all that. And if I got all that stuff, well, we'll come back in tomorrow and continue on this thing, continue on our journey, and see if we can get this thing closer and closer to breathing fire. So, we'll call it on this one, and stay tuned. Lots more to come. You guys are about to witness this thing that's been sitting since 2003, so 23 years. You're about to see it come back to life, hopefully. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one.